Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And this article comes to you guys from WCCFtech.com. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. T-Mobile representative quits after 7 years due to questionable sales tactics and shift in organizational practices. So that's, this is just one person. I'm sure there's others, but change is never welcomed, and about the questionable sales tactics, I mean, there's some people that like change and others that don't. And that's the same in pretty much any career and job that you enter. I've seen it in where I'm at, and now, they're calling it the weakest. You get rid of the weakest when you make these types of changes, and the ones that want to stay, and you make room for the ones that want to climb, and those are the people that are going to thrive. So in this case, we don't really know the full extent of what the questionable sales tactics are, but let's read a little bit here. So the T-Mobile employee took to social media to announce his decision to leave the company where he worked sincerely for 7 years. In the post on Reddit, the ex-employee shared his disappointment with the company's direction and expressed relief when he finally quit. He blamed the work dynamics, questioned the work ethics post-merger, and believed that the company has gone downhill since then. In his post, the T-Mobile employee mentioned that it's not how he always felt about the company. Previously, he used to take pride in being part of the team, but in recent times, the feeling has changed as the company underwent a huge shift. He further pointed out the Sprint merger and the role it played in poor networking environment. There was a time when I loved working here, but everything changed. With the Sprint merger, I held on to hope that things would improve post-merger, but now that T-Mobile is fully integrated, things have only deteriorated. And the rest I'll leave for you guys to check out. So, and that probably is the case. I'm not going to downplay it. Pre-merger, T-Mobile was far more aggressive, far more hungry to grow and get the company to a size where it can survive, right? So the employees, I mean, under John, they got stock in the company. I heard pay was better. And again, there's still that difference. We got to point it out, right? There's that corporate location, and then there's authorized retailer locations. We got to point that out. Both, they're operated differently. And that's why John Fryer really wants a larger footprint of corporate-owned stores so they have more control. And I don't know if this employee was at a corporate location or authorized retailer, but, on the corporate side, John will have more control over certain moves and what's being done. On the authorized retailer side, it can get real tricky. I've been in a situation like that, and it's not always fun. You kind of have to work with what the authorized retailer, the owner, is putting on the table. If it's better on the corporate side, right, pay structure, commission wise, whatever, right, percentage of sales, it could be totally different in some cases on the authorized retailer, where you're making less, your goals are higher, or more harder to obtain. So in this case, completely understood from the employee. Hopefully it changes, right? You gotta take the good with the bad. So pre-merger, T-Mobile was still a growing force, and they were trying to really take share in the market. So they had a lot of foot traffic, right? They were just an explosive growing company. Now that they're a bigger company with more profits and more money, the growth may not be, the same toe to toe, but they're still growing. They're still a growing company. So now they could pay more, potentially, right? Higher profits, commissions could be better. So all of that could be better now as this fully integrated company, but it seems like from a few people that I've heard, it's quite a nightmare. I've had some message me saying they're going to Verizon. It's just, the recent move that they've done with the geo-locking the home internet routers. Some stores are getting the blowback for that, and then the reps are getting yelled at by the team for accepting returns, and and the customer because they were just bluntly cut off from the service. So it's just not the best of times right now. But if like I said, if you are the type of person that can make it through that environment and thrive in that environment, you might be better off later on. If you can wait it out, you might end up being a manager, making a little more money. Who knows? But for now, this is what we know. Person quits after 7 years due to questionable sales tactics and shift in organizational practices. I've had many others tell me, in different states, California, all over the place. It's not the same anymore. So I have to take that, right? And I have to say, if it's more and more and more and more and more people telling me, right, then there has to be some truth to it. I've had some people tell me it's better for them now. Like I said, there's always two sides to every story, but for the most part, it's been worse for the majority of people I speak with at T-Mobile. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.